Good morning. I'm Sarabjit Kaur. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Global South is ready to take big responsibility on global issues and wants its voice to be heard on global governance. President Droupadi Murmu to inaugurate International Conference-cum-Exhibition on Aerospace and Aviation in 2047 in New Delhi today. 6 terrorists killed in 2 separate encounters with security forces in Jammu and Kashmir. Chhath Puja being celebrated in different parts of the country with religious fervour. Israel's war cabinet agrees to allow 1.4 lakh litres of fuel into Gaza every 2 days. And in tennis, India's Rohan Bopanna and his Australian partner Matthew Ebden advanced to semi-finals of ATP Finals men's doubles in Turin, Italy. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that the Global South is ready to take a big responsibility on global issues. Addressing the concluding leaders' session of the Voice of Global South Summit, Mr. Modi said Global South wants its voice to be heard on global governance, and the message is clear that the Global South wants its autonomy.
ग्लोबल साउथ की 2 समिट होना और उसमें बड़ी संख्या में आप सभी का जुड़ना अपने आप में दुनिया के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा मैसेज है। ये मैसेज है कि ग्लोबल साउथ ग्लोबल गवर्नेंस में अपनी आवाज चाहता है। ये मैसेज है कि ग्लोबल साउथ वैश्विक मामलों में बड़ी जिम्मेदारी लेने के लिए तैयार है।
Mr. Modi said India is proud that during an important forum like the G20, it got the opportunity to put the voice of the Global South on the agenda.
भारत को गर्व है कि हमें G20 जैसे महत्वपूर्ण फोरम में ग्लोबल साउथ की आवाज को एजेंडा पर रखने का अवसर मिला। इसका श्रेय आप सभी के मजबूत समर्थन और भारत के प्रति आपके दृढ़ विश्वास को जाता है और इसके लिए मैं हृदय से आप सबका बहुत बहुत आभारी हूं।
In Rajasthan, political parties including BJP and Congress have further intensified their campaign for assembly elections. Many star campaigners of various political parties will campaign for their party candidates today. Senior BJP leader and Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address Vijay Sankalp Jan Sabha in Bharatpur and Nagaur. BJP National President JP Nadda is scheduled to hold public meetings in various assembly constituencies of Jodhpur and Jaisalmer districts. Apart from these, several union ministers, chief ministers of BJP-ruled states and senior BJP leaders Vasundhara Raje and Gajendra Singh Shekhawat will also campaign at various places. On the other hand, Congress National President Mallikarjun Kharge is going to hold public meetings in Vair of Bharatpur and Tijara of Alwar districts today. Congress leader and Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot will address public meetings in Karuli, Gangapur City and Lalsot. Apart from this, Congress leaders Sachin Pilot, Sukhjinder Singh Randhawa and Bhupendra Hooda will also participate in campaigning at various places. Bahujan Samaj Party leader Mayawati and Rashtriya Loktantrik Party leader Hanuman Beniwal will also address election rallies at various places. More details from our correspondent.
In their meetings, Congress leaders are mentioning about the work done and the schemes implemented by the state government for public welfare in the last 5 years. They are trying to woo the voters by mentioning 7 guarantees if the government is formed again. On the other hand, BJP leaders are prominently raising issues of alleged corruption in the state government, law and order situation and increasing cases of atrocities against women. Paper leak is also a big issue for BJP leaders, and the party is promising to create a transparent system for competitive examinations if it comes to power. Eastern Rajasthan Canal project is a big and important issue for both the major parties. Other parties, including the Rashtriya Loktantrik Party, are appealing to give a chance to new parties other than Congress and BJP in the state. Meanwhile, local issues and equations are dominating the election scenario. Jitendra Dwivedi, Akashvani News, Jaipur.
Union Home Minister and BJP senior leader Amit Shah will release the party's manifesto for Telangana Assembly elections this evening. He will also address Sakal Janula Sankalp Sabhas at Gajvel, Nalgonda and Warangal East constituencies as part of his electioneering in support of the party candidates. Earlier, Bharat Rashtriya Samiti BRS chief K. Chandrasekhar Rao addressed public meetings at Karimnagar, Chopa Dandi, Hazurabad and Parkal. BRS party senior leaders Harish Rao and Taraka Ramarao also undertook rallies and roadshows campaigning for the party. Our correspondent has filed this report.
The top leaders of Congress, BJP and the ruling BRS have intensified their campaign and making whirlwind tours to various constituencies touching all corners of the state to woo electors. Congress star campaigner Rahul Gandhi addressed public meetings, held road shows, undertook Padayatra and spoke in corner meetings yesterday. He utilized every opportunity to reply to the BRS criticism. He assured that people's government will be set up in Telangana and Chief Minister and ministers will start listening to public grievances soon after assuming power. The Congress star campaigner sipped chai in a roadside tea stall during his Padayatra in Warangal East constituency and interacted with the local people. Lakshmi, Akashvani News, Hyderabad.
In Madhya Pradesh, 76.22% voting was recorded in yesterday's assembly elections. A maximum of 85.68% in polling was reported in Sivni and a minimum of 60.10% was reported in the Alirajpur district. The most important achievement is that 85.12% of voting was reported in the Nakshal-affected Balaghat district. Assembly-wise maximum polling reported in Selana seat of Ratlam district is 90% and the minimum in Jobat constituency of Alirajpur district is 54.04%. A report.
Voters have created a new record of voting in the assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh. Compared to the 2018 elections, the vote percentage has increased by more than 0.5%. Out of around 5 crore 61 lakh voters in the state, more than 4 crore 27 lakh 46,000 voters use their democratic right. Salana, a tribal-dominated area of Ratlam district, has set an example for all the big cities including Bhopal by record 90% of voting. The Election Commission is now busy for the security of EVM and counting of votes to be held on December 3. Till then, political pundits will continue to analyze the record voting. Sanjeev Sharma, Akashvani News, Bhopal.
In Chhattisgarh, 75.08% voting was recorded in the second phase assembly elections yesterday. Maximum 84% polling was reported in Dhamtari district and minimum 65.45% was reported in Raipur district. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Welcome back. President Droupadi Murmu will inaugurate a 2-day international conference-cum-exhibition on aerospace and aviation in 2047 in New Delhi today. The Aeronautical Society of India, AESI, is organising the event to commemorate 75 years of excellence of the AESI. The inaugural session will include the release of a compendium on 75 years of aerospace and aviation journey in India, as well as Vision Document 2047. In Jammu and Kashmir, 6 terrorists were killed in 2 different encounters in Kulgam and Rajouri districts yesterday. A joint team of police, army and the CRPF killed 5 terrorists of Lashkar-e-Taiba outfit in an encounter in Samanu area of Kulgam district. In another encounter in Rajouri district, 1 terrorist was killed in the Behrot Gabbar area. Indian Army is celebrating the 243rd Corps of Engineers Day today. Chief of the Army Staff, General Manoj Pandey, has conveyed best wishes to all ranks, veterans and families of the Corps on the occasion. Speaking exclusively to Akashvani News, the Engineer-in-Chief of the Corps, Lieutenant General Arvind Walia, said that the Corps of Engineers provides combat engineering support, develops infrastructure for armed forces and other defence organisations.
Military Engineer Service is one of the oldest and the largest construction agency in the country. It has the technical expertise and knowledge to undertake sophisticated construction projects for Army, Air Force, Navy, DRDO and other organs of the Ministry of Defence. It has been involved in construction of complicated and complex projects like airfields, runways and jetties.
Chhath Puja is being celebrated in different parts of the country with religious fervour. On the second day of Chhath Puja celebrations today, the ritual of Kharna will be observed in the evening. After offering prayers to the sun god, devotees will consume kheer as prasad. With this, the 36-hour-long Nirjala fast of devotees will begin, in which they will abstain from water. Devotees will offer the Sandhya Arghya to the setting sun tomorrow, standing in water on different Chhath Ghats on the different rivers, ponds and reservoirs across the state. The Arghya is an offering of fruits, seasonal vegetables and local cuisines like Thekua as a prasad to the sun god. On Monday morning, the Prata Arghya will be offered to the rising sun, and with this, the 4-day-long Chhath Puja celebration will come to an end. In Bihar, every area and locality is coloured in the hue of Chhath Puja celebrations. Devotional folk songs are presenting the aura of the Chhath Puja festival. More details from our correspondent.
Chhath Ghats on the banks of Ganga, Gandak, Kosi, Kamla Balan, Son and are decked up for the Chhath Puja celebrations. Devotees will also offer Arghya to the sun god at different Chhath Ghats on ponds, reservoirs and artificial ponds made at their homes. A large number of devotees have also gathered for Chhath Puja at different historical sun temples across the state. In view of huge turnout of devotees, a large number of security forces have been also deployed for crowd management across the state. At different Chhath Ghats, personnel of NDRF and SDRF have been stationed in view of any untoward incident. Dharmendra Kumar Rai, Akashvani News, Patna.
US State Department has said Israel's war cabinet has agreed to allow 1.4 lakh litres of fuel into Gaza every 2 days after a request from Washington. Israel announced this amid acute shortages that threatened aid deliveries and communications in the besieged strip. In tennis, Indian star player Rohan Bopanna and his Australian partner Matthew Ebden advanced to the semi-finals of the ATP Finals men's doubles at Turin in Italy yesterday. The third-seeded Indo-Australian duo defeated Wesley Koolhof of Netherlands and Neil Skupski of Great Britain in straight sets 6-4, 7-6 in red group qualification decider that lasted 84 minutes. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Vaibhav Jyotsna Srivastav.
Thank you, Sarabjit. Most newspapers today open with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's remarks in the opening address at the second Voice of Global South Summit. Modi condemns deaths in Israel-Hamas conflict is the top headline in The Statesman. Celebrating the Festival of Democracy, voter turnout crosses 74% in Chhattisgarh MP elections, headlines The Hindu. Highlighting the pitfalls of artificial intelligence, quoting the PM, the Business Standard headline reads, Deepfakes a new threat to diverse society. Taking note of the air quality index in the capital, the Hindustan Times writes, Delhi continues to breathe foul air on 8th severe day this month. And finally, with the stage all set for the World Cup cricket final, the Asian age informs Ahmedabad Airport pads up for World Cup finals rush. And with that, it's back to you, Sarabjit.
Thank you, Vaibhav. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Global South is ready to take big responsibility on global issues and wants its voice to be heard on global governance. President Droupadi Murmu to inaugurate International Conference-cum-Exhibition on Aerospace and Aviation in 2047 in New Delhi today. 6 terrorists killed in 2 separate encounters with security forces in Jammu and Kashmir. Chhath Puja being celebrated in different parts of the country with religious fervour. Israel's war cabinet agrees to allow 1.4 lakh litres of fuel into Gaza every 2 days. And in tennis, India's Rohan Bopanna and his Australian partner Matthew Ebden advanced to semi-finals of ATP Finals men's doubles in Turin, Italy. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.